We got a couch.
Cool thing, it pulls out. I know.
It gets out there fucking for What's wrong with you?
You know what I'm saying?
Boys?
What was that thing you were complaining about, the Me Too movement earlier?
Oh, no.
You can't do that.
Oh, now because the cameras are on, you don't want
I don't
to.
even know what that is. I don't Bill Burr bitches about it all
Well,
the
you
fucking
did
time.
5 minutes ago before the camera started rolling. Anyway,
Lav.
sorry, what?
Okay.
No, we were watching. I was showing Jake, dude. You ever watch Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis?
Oh, yeah.
He's interviewing Paul Rudd, and they start off the interview like the intro music comes in. And he looks at it. He goes, "What was that? Me Too move? That's like the Olympic team that was like being inappropriately harassed
yep,
by like
yep,
their
yep.
doctor." He goes, "What was that thing you were complaining about? The Me Too movement before we started rolling?" And Paul Rudd's like, "What? I didn't complain about that." And Zach's like, "Oh, because the cameras are on now. You don't." Anyway, here's our guest.
They get into it. That's one of the better ones.
Lav looks up a bit. We laugh about it before you show up, and then that's how he's like, that's how I'm going to start
That's how I'm
the
starting it
podcast.
off.
So he's like, I'm ripping off a very popular comedy show.
At least I admitted
Solid.
it.
Yeah.
I told him.
Solid.
I told him.
Anyways, boys, what's going on?
Nothing. How was your week?
It was a weird one.
Yeah?
Yeah,
How do you figure?
I guess it wasn't that weird.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, I feel that, dude. Dude, I had a great week, bro.
Did you?
I had a great week, bro. I sold 3 policies on Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Hell yeah.
that's are those the first sales you made?
Yep.
No shit. So does that mean the money starts rolling in?
That means we got to
Is it one of those-
I got
Scotch.
2. Yeah, I have to reach a certain amount of FYC and life cases, so I'm already more than halfway through with that. So yeah, we're gonna be rich here soon, fellas. We're gonna get new chairs. Fuck this bar. Fuck the couch. We're gonna be rolling in the dough again.
Yeah, we'll definitely be. As soon as you have enough money to spend on that stuff, it's not like we wait till we have the. You know what I mean? Like.
I know exactly what
You know exactly. I was gonna say like I never wait until I have an extra 400 to buy a new piece of equipment. It's always when I hit 0 again, and then I'll go negative 400. You know,
And then you get 400. You're like, all right, piece of
I'm
equipment, go back to 0.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's constant. You know.
Well, I mean, that's how this whole thing started. I
Yeah.
dumped everything I had.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He's like all the $108 that was in my bank account went right to the
Yeah, pretty
right
much.
to the studio, right to the banner, pretty much.
Yeah,
You know?
dude. And that was to get it overnighted, and it still took 6 days. It came the day of our first podcast
Yeah.
that you didn't show up for.
Yeah. Yep. I remember
what was
that.
up with that?
Well,
That was-
actually, no, it was our second one because our first one
It
got
was
lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. The first
one
one,
got lost.
obviously, you know, got lost.
We
Second
lost a
one, you
few.
guys ended up doing it yourselves. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's been cool though. I can't wait to just keep upgrading though. I after watching other podcasts and watching the one last week, I was like, God,
Jake came in with a fire lit under his ass this
I
afternoon.
know.
Dude,
We talked to him last
I
night on
did.
the phone. He
I
was
did.
He's like,
all
bro, I want to do
jacking
this.
up.
I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do. I was like, fuck yeah. He started showing me clips of like other things we could do, man. Like, yeah,
yeah.
dude.
And now I'm sitting here. I'm like, I exhausted too much energy earlier. Telling Lev all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's why we need
Big
to have
things are
somebody-
coming for the pod.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't know. I was watching other podcasts and it was like they're listenable to and they're watchable. And I was watching our last one. I was like, it's so listenable to, but it's not watchable. Just with the one camera angle, and you know,
Right.
it gets monotonous after a while. You know,
Yeah.
does,
whereas
yeah.
like if you can actually, you know, look
Well,
at
we
this
always
camera and
have
then that
multiple
camera.
cameras.
No, I know. It's we were always trying to keep the one angle on the whole room though, and then we could use the other ones for
Oh, yeah.
clips. But I figure if I just take a little bit more time editing the pod, we can just use those clips.
Yeah.
You know. But
And
Or-
they'll be already cut up halfway for you if you
exactly.
want to make them into reels.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I mean.
dude. Or like he was explaining, like I can, if I have
You
the
can
whole
just cut
thing
it.
on the phone, like there's like a maneuver you can do where I could just instead of have him sitting by his laptop forever, if I find like a 90-second thing that's worth it, I
He
could
can
cut
just
it.
cut it
Yeah.
instead of me doing it at my place and then like having to come back or whatever. You
Yeah,
know?
we got to start flooding the interweb with our funny
Yeah.
moments.
It's yeah. The toughest part about this podcast is that we start at night
Yeah.
once a week
Yeah.
and hit the booze immediately. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
dude.
It's I was talking to my other
This podcast was born and bred off rum coke.
yeah. It's sorry we're drinking, but you
Even
know.
before it was a thing, that's what we used to do.
No,
We
I
still-
know.
That's how it was birthed.
I was talking to one of my buddies that I used to drive trucks with, and obviously when I was driving trucks, I wasn't drinking as I was drinking a lot, but it was like on the weekends and then pretty much.
What are you,
every
Evan?
night.
On the weekends?
On the weekends? No, I was. well, I started thinking
It's
I was
the
like
weekends.
I was like that's not true either.
No,
'cause
it's,
I was like,
it's the weekends.
The weekends.
the weekend.
It's the week's end.
I get it.
Anyway, I used to drink a lot when I was especially because I couldn't smoke either. So it was like if I wanted something, I would have to drink,
Mm-hmm.
And
I wanted something.
if I wanted
if I wanted
to
my
feel
fix.
something, yeah,
My
that's
Well, I'm glad you did that instead of like take a razor blade to your forearm.
Yeah,
if
oh,
you wanted
you
to feel
know.
something.
I'm not 13 anymore, but
Right.
no doubt,
Right,
right?
yeah.
No doubt. I feel
But
that.
anyways, I'm talking to him, and he's like, "Do you still drink like a lot?" I was like, "Only on Mondays." He's like, "Oh, so you cut down?" I was like, "I didn't say that. I just cram it all in on Mondays, you know."
Yeah.
Like
A
I pretty
one
much only
handle a
drink.
week.
Yeah, it's like I drink once, maybe.
Dude, I
twice
knew
a
this
week,
kid
but
that was a trucker that would literally, I'm not going to say his name, but yeah, dude, would bring like a 12 pack with him on the road.
That's crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. No, there's very limited in like certain situations where you're able to even have booze in your truck, and one of them is like if you're hauling it. You know what I mean?
What would be the other one?
If you're like an overnight driver and you have
They'll,
like, and
yeah,
you,
right. Oh,
No,
if you
no, no, no.
camp in there or whatever.
Yeah. So when you're trucking, you have to have a 10-hour off cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there are certain situations where like on that off cycle, you may or may not. It's I think it's actually only on your 3-day reset. So it's like every certain amount of hours you drive, you have to have is like 72 hours off.
Mm-hmm.
And if you happen to be like laying over in a different state for your company for those 3 days,
Okay.
and you can prove that on your logs that like you're not going to be driving for another 48 hours. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you're
dude,
able
well-
to have like a beer or something, and it's very very nitpicky and very
Well, dude, so when I
to
was
have
bar,
12,
when
it's
I was
crazy.
while he was working though,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, but no, when I was bartending, I'd get every now and then this one dude, he was a trucker, and he would park at the grocery store, Great American, right down the street from where I was bartending. Like that's where he would park his thing and sleep there. Like he's got like a bed and like a TV, the whole nine there, blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
He'd come and like, but he's like from like somewhere down in the city, so he's used to bars being open till like 4. So when it was like 2 a.m., I'm like, hey man, like I get it's like 1:50. I'm like, I gotta kick you out. He's like, oh man, like. Is there any like gas stations nearby? I'm like, yeah, dude, right over here. So he'd go buy himself, a 6-pack and just drink in his truck, and then wake up the next morning.
Can't do that.
I think you
Super
can.
Yeah, I don't
no,
know.
you can't.
I thought you just said that.
Not if
Not
you're
waking
driving
up
the
and
next
work-
day.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, homeboy
Yeah.
was definitely doing that.
Yeah. No, I had a couple people from the company say that they used to work with some guy that would literally, like, on the way to Placid, like, rip bowls in the truck on the way up. But, so, when I started driving truck, it was like, everything's electronically tracked, so they know, like, how fast you're going, they know when you're stopped, when you clock in, all that stuff, they know your hours. But they put cameras in the trucks, like, halfway into me being there. So now, like, even... They could see anything and everything. They could literally pull up like what was
that.
Jake do? Dude, it was so nerve wracking the
No
entire
texting
time.
and driving.
Well, which I never did anyways, but it's like it's more than that, man. It's even weirder than that. You know what I mean? Like
Just to know you're being watched.
just like it literally like if you like blink like more than 3 times in 2 seconds, it'll be like tired driver warning and like send a note to the office. Like dude, like and then they'd use that to like pretty much base your like raises. They'd be like, "Oh, we're getting too many camera infractions on you, so we're not going to give you."
What
Dude,
the
it
fuck?
very weird, very
dude-
weird shit, But they pretty much had to put the cameras in for insurance reasons.
I've got
like they
mixed.
gotta
I
keep-
understand the necessary meaning for cameras, like people stealing. You want to figure out what are blah blah, or something happens. You want to be able to go whatever. But I've always had mixed feelings about that because remember, we used to work at a restaurant together, and this dude would watch the cameras like a hawk, and then like we say we're getting slam busy. He'd just sit in his office, like looking at the cameras, and he'd call up the phone and be like, "Well, I'm watching the cameras. You need to do this. You need to do this." I'm like, "If you see how fucking busy, get your ass out here and help me."
Yeah,
then
right.
you know what I mean. If you're gonna
Yeah.
use these fucking
You're like
cameras
you're
for something,
30 feet away.
Yeah,
and you're
dude,
watching
yeah.
me, you're slammed.
Yeah.
Dude. So when I was a truck driver, they had the safety guy who his I don't want to say his name, but he would literally they would send him out on. Like to like spy on you to make sure you were like clicking your seatbelt, like using 3 points of contact, like doing this and that. It's like and
what's
then
3 points of contact?
so when you're getting out of the truck, like you have to have either like 2 hands and 1 foot or 2 feet and 1 hand,
Oh, okay.
like on at all point until you're done. You know what I mean? Like just making sure you're like kind of going through the motions, right? And then if you were doing something wrong, he would show up, tell you what you did wrong, and leave. It's like, dude, the company's paying somebody to go all the way 3 hours away to tell you what you're doing wrong. It's like, dude, send him with a hand cart and at least have him help
Yeah,
for a
dude,
couple
that's
stops. Like, that's such a slap in the balls. Like,
Yeah, dude.
you paid.
Slap in the balls.
It's like you paid somebody to drive all the way out to me and watch me struggle for 30 minutes.
Yo.
And then after the stop, he would come up and be like, hey, you didn't do this.
Where's
It's
your
like, bro,
ticket?
what the fuck?
Yeah,
Dude, what a
that?
sweet gig that would be, man.
Dude,
yeah, that would be a nice.
So
Pay
job.
you a
that wasn't-
boatload of money, benefits, insurance,
Right.
whole nine. Just be like, yo,
So
this is where you fucked up.
It,
I'm out.
It obviously wasn't
go
the
grab
only thing
lunch.
he did,
Yeah,
but like,
dude.
God, it was
Got
it was-
reservations at
It was.
Chili's
I
with
had
my boys.
very weird feelings about that. It's like you're literally like, it's just so funny because all those runs were so hard. It's like he's literally like binoculars, like taking pictures of you with like your hand cart, and he would show you like, do you see how you're like not doing this? And it's like you're struggling with. It's like you're taking pictures of me.
But you're a
fucking-
creepy dude,
yeah,
man.
serious. But he's getting paid to do it.
That's so strange, dude.
I know.
I
What do you think
absolutely
that
Weird,
what-
man,
What's
right?
that job title?
Safety,
weird
safety
binocular
manager.
man in the bushes.
Safety manager.
Weird binocular man.
I don't know, he probably wears like a long trench coat,
The company,
a
like
fedora hat, maybe some sunglasses.
the company
100%
provided him like
overweight.
a ghillie suit as his like
Yeah,
as
dude.
his uniform.
You know, you ever seen that episode of Hey Arnold where he's like, you need to deliver this package to Mr. Smith? You ever seen that episode?
Yeah.
That's what I think about when he says that.
Okay.
Yeah, some weird shit. It was just it's weird to me because like on top of like the cameras and everything, like
think
you're
of the
already
Pigeon
being
Man.
watched
You
constantly.
think of who?
The Pigeon Man from Hey Arnold.
Yeah, dude, that dude was cool.
And like and then
He lived on the rooftop.
Tells you what you're doing wrong, and all of a sudden he just takes off into the sunset with his birds.
He's got the dude. What are those?
Yeah.
What are those aviation hats like they used to wear, like with like the flaps that come down?
Yeah, what are those
He
called?
he wore that. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I saw somebody else wearing one the other day too. I think it was Knoxville on Jackass. He was in some little, you know how he always wears those little outfits, like
Yeah.
he's always dressed as I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, dude, what are those hats called?
I'm looking it up.
You know, in the goggles, like those flying. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking of like what's Homegirl's name that disappeared,
Amelia
vanished.
Earhart.
Yeah, dude, and just vanished off the face of the earth.
Mhm.
I bet you she wore that shit.
I'm quite sure she didn't vanish off the face of the earth. We just can't find her. She's here.
She's got to be somewhere.
She's someone.
It's just called a bomber hat.
A bomber hat. That's
What?
exactly what it's called. Yep. So what is it called when like the suicide bombers? What do they wear? Oh, turbans. I thought that would be a bomber hat.
Dude, it's funny you bring that up. You all right?
It's
Were you making a joke or are you being serious?
It's such a curveball. Like he just hits you with that from the side. Yeah, it was a joke.
Listen, literally, no, I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about this the other day.
I'm glad you brought up terrorists.
Well, no, dude.
I got a theory.
No, 'cause somebody said somebody
Go
made a
ahead,
big
go
post about racial profiling at like airports or whatever, and I got thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think it's like racial profiling if like no, that's who bombs planes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what. No, listen,
We're
listen to me.
gonna
Hear
go
me out.
down a
No.
Real shaky path here.
Dude,
I can't
I'm-
wait to hear how
I'm
you.
dead serious, dude.
Let's bring this full circle. Yep, I got you.
like if I walked up to a school
Yep.
and somebody was like, "Yo, we got to check you." Like, no offense, but a lot of
totally
people that have been shooting up
understandable.
schools are like white dudes. I'm like, that makes perfect fucking sense. You know what I mean? Like, I fit that 100% profile. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not above that, but I'm just saying, like, in airports, I get it, bro. Like, and I would understand even if I was like a.
I've been
This is
random.
a slippery slope. I'm
I've been
sorry.
random. I've been random checked in airports like 3 times.
Yeah, but you.
You haven't met a random check. The dog smelled the coke, Evan. Those aren't random checks.
No, just like every time I bring my Xbox, they pull it aside. They're like they think it's
I
just a
can't
thing.
think-
They
I
think it's a device, bro. And they pull it aside and they're like, "Yo,
can't-
you."
Is that what it is?
You can't go. You can't go to
Really?
Florida for 4 days without bringing your home Xbox.
You can bring it, but then they always pull me aside.
No, I know.
No,
but I'm saying
he's saying
you.
you can't.
They dust.
Why
like,
can't
they-
you
they-
go out and visit your grandparents without bringing
When
your
I was
Xbox?
14?
Your oh, I thought you meant like in
15?
today's
No.
land.
I'll bring it now. No, but it's happened a bunch of times in my life.
We might need to edit that
I re-
turban thing out.
I remember.
Not his part.
I remember.
My part?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want.
No, no.
But you know what I'm saying?
I remember.
though?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like that's what happens.
Yeah, I mean,
Like that's who did that.
I mean, like I said, man, it just happens. I've been searched over a damn Xbox like 4 times.
You know what's funny? I wasn't gonna bring this up, but now that you've already done it, do you think Do you think that they just randomly fucking ran into the towers? You think they hijacked the planes with box cutters? Didn't
You
just-
gotta watch the movie.
I don't.
Loose
He
Change.
does. He does. I don't.
I watched that with you like 4 times.
Loose Change. We've never watched it. I watched
Yes,
it at school.
I watched it with you at Bronson Street.
There's a bunch of different. There's loose change. There's a bunch of them. You know,
yeah, but Loose
they-
Change is old. Like that's like 15 years
Wicked
old.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
best.
Like there's
That's a good
there's no
one.
news. I don't know, dude. Yeah, but you have to understand when people make something like that, it's geared to persuade you in a certain way.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when people are like, "Oh, I watched this documentary." I'm like, "Yeah, but whoever made that documentary was trying to show you a certain way of thinking about it."
Yeah, I think,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's important again to look at all of the factual information and then just kind of go from there. You know, like there are some weird things that happened around that like we kind of just write up. Like even the massive amount of money that went missing right from the fucking.
Yeah, but what about those
That's-
black boxes though? That were like people were on the plane like calling their love, like they have.
Oh
that.
no! I 100% think like those planes hit the tower. Like the planes hit the towers. Like the towers fell. All 100%. All that happened. I just am not convinced. We didn't know it was gonna happen ahead of time. I think there was enough there to where it's like, you
Yeah,
know
but
what I
nobody-
mean? Like
I do know what you mean, and nobody
like
wants to
and
talk
even
about it.
yeah
but-
the even like the pilots who like hijacked the planes, like they're saying like they ended up fucking they were doing like these crazy aerial moves that like you couldn't just do if you just like hopped in a plane.
I watched
you know?
this
Like,
one
It
thing-
was like
And like the instructor was like, yeah, he even said like he was not real too concerned about learning how to land
yeah.
when he was in school. Like
He's
they
like,
said
teach me
that.
how to take off and turn,
Yeah.
and that's all I need to know.
Yep.
And like,
Send me
It's like
up.
no, the
Literally.
most important part is landing. No, I promise it's not.
It's not, but it's not like he said that in so many words. But the instructor now looking back on it, he's like, wow, I guess yeah, he wasn't really too focused on that part. Isn't that insane?
Well, I heard that they only attended flight school for like a week and a half, but then the maneuvers that they were executing in air, like these 270-degree like corkscrew turns, and stuff, they were like, you can't just wing that. Like it's very like
Why were they doing tricks?
Yeah, why?
they were flexing on the city,
Yeah,
bro.
what are you talking about?
No.
Corkscrew
They weren't.
turns.
No, they weren't fucking flipping the plane, but they had to steer the plane
Through the
off of
city.
course into the fucking
Yeah, but I
target,
mean, like
you
it
know
can't
what
be
I
like
mean?
you got a whole bunch of space. You could. I don't care if it took you 15 minutes to turn this much. You know what I mean? Like
no,
and
'cause
then you go straight.
That's no, because it's so different. Because when you got to think about that. Flying is so different. Flying is so different because a lot of pilots too, like you have to take into consideration that the Earth moves. If you're flying from New York to Florida and you want to land the plane where Florida was when you left, you're gonna land in Arizona. You need to land where Florida's gonna be in 3 hours.
It's like a quarterback leading a receiver.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. It's very and it's a lot of very weird things. And there are so many planes flying around all the
how-
time,
so
and it's
how-
all very coordinated through air traffic controls. And literally, if you miss by 1 degree, you're gonna miss the tower by probably 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
Like that. It's very
That's what I mean. Like
very
on a 2-hour
meticulous.
flight, how far do you think the Earth moves?
By the way, I know nothing about flying planes. I'm just talking on my ass. But I,
No, it makes
I
sense,
listen to
though.
people who seem to know.
I mean,
what
it
they're-
goes in 24 hours. It goes all the way around one time. So
Yeah.
4
so a
hours
12th
is-
of a how? Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
What are you saying?
How far? Like how much would the Earth move in like a 2-hour flight? You know what I'm
15
saying?
degrees.
No, it'd have to.
Oh,
be,
no, sorry, 30 degrees.
It'd have to be 1/12 of
I think
360.
I could be wrong, but I was pretty sure because
So 36 divided by 30 degrees. Yeah. Yeah.
30 degrees, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say because every hour, every time zone is broken down into 15-degree
Right, yes,
increments.
yeah.
That's why you guys are all fucked. You tell me to show up at 6:30 and I show up at 8:30
Yeah,
because
you're a
you
dick.
because you don't know the time zone.
You arrived almost after our guest last week.
and we still had 40 minutes of setup.
You need to learn time zones. Well, so
Yeah.
Eastern
so
Mountain.
it's it's all very weird, but
I've only been on a plane. I've only been on a plane once.
really.
That's wild to me.
How old were you?
This was like last year.
less than a year ago,
Oh, no
11
shit.
months ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I've been on a plane a couple
That was
times.
my Mexico trip.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like my seat had with the movies on it but it also like I could like click a button and it would show me like the path of the plane and like the line and like how long until we get there
yeah.
and shit. It was dope, bro.
Yeah.
But I was like in the back like this.
So I've only flown a couple times, but I was really young. We were going to like Florida, and I feel like, and I didn't think anything of it. You know, I was
Mm-hmm.
so young. I feel like if I was flying today, I'd be terrified. Like
Dude,
it's
Not that bad.
Dude, you know what's
I'd
cool?
no, I mean, it'd be whatever, but you know.
Dude, you know what's crazy about Mexico? I believe, don't quote me on this, but I'm almost the entire country of Mexico is on Eastern Standard Time. Even if it's like map, like if you look at it on a map, like the part that's like below Houston, I think Houston's like an hour behind us or like 2 hours or whatever, blah blah. Still goes by Eastern Standard Time.
No shit.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Yeah,
So, like, it's like-
Declan's been on an airplane
So like sometimes
4
it'll be
times
like
already in his life.
3 p.m. in the middle of winter and it's or like 2 p.m. and it's dark,
Mm-hmm.
but it's 2 p.m. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. No, that.
I'll look that up.
I was gonna say. I always thought, dude, time is so weird because you figure. It's so fucking weird because in
Central
Australia,
Standard, bro.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
but it all goes by Central Standard. That's what he's saying.
I think it was our time though. Maybe I'm
They're,
wrong.
they're an hour behind us, so it's Monday, February 27th.
But
It's
the entire state
9:51.
is on one time, or the entire country's on
Yes.
one time zone.
Even
right?
though it spans all those other
Right,
ones. I
yeah.
think that's what he's saying. So in one part of Mexico, in one part of Mexico it's 2:00 and it's dark, in the other part it's 2:00, but the sun hasn't started to set yet. Yes.
Gross.
So-
that's what's weird about it.
They might do AM, PM different, but
No.
just keep the number the same.
That makes less sense. The way you
Yeah,
were
what?
drinking that water bottle just with so much confidence.
I'm thirsty.
Is that your new thing? Adding to the end of everything.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
But no, I always thought it was weird how because you take a certain point in the globe, right, and you have to go you go forward hours one way and you go backwards hours the other way. But then there's a certain point where it because you can't keep going forward hours, or you're gonna you have to hit that certain halfway point where then it starts choking back around, you know.
Dude, so also okay, so you think so even in the same time zone, so say okay, Tallahassee, Florida or Orlando, Florida. If the sun sets in somewhere in New York at 6:15, it's even though it's in the same time it's the sun doesn't set in Florida till 6:38 or something.
No. It's the same time.
It's not.
Same time.
It's really not. I promise you.
If no, so at that point, I think you're dealing with elevation and above sea level. Because if we're that high above sea level and we're watching the sun set over our horizon,
Right.
which is however high above sea level, they get to watch it go all the way to the water, sea level, literal sea level. But as far as because in California, when it's 5:30 here, it's 2:30 all the
Right,
way
yeah,
over there. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
So
I
there's
understand.
there's a genuine difference of where the sun is in the sky.
It
and
gets
everything
darker
like that.
at a later time, is what I'm saying. Even though it's not hours, it's 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's what it is, though. It's because in that 15 minutes, it's already gone past our horizon
yes.
where we're above sea level, and it's still above the sea, but it's below our mountains that we're on top of in New York. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
So
Yeah, yeah.
if New York was sea level, 0 feet, we would get the same exact
Yeah, that makes
sunset as
sense.
Florida. I think
Yeah,
that's
that makes
where,
sense.
yeah. Whereas
But I always just thought that was crazy because my buddy's yeah, dude, well, I'm in Florida, or my grandparents live in Florida, so it's lighter to 9. I go, that's not how it works, man. We're in the same time zone. I'm pretty sure, if anything, it's minutes.
right. You
Right.
know what I always thought was weird is that do you know why they call the North Star the North Star? So wherever you are on the Earth, latitude-wise, that's where the North Star is going to be angle-wise. It's insane. But if you are on the equator, 0 degrees latitude, the North Star is literally right on the horizon. It's right there. But if you're on the North Pole,
So you can't see it from
you
your
can't
directly
see it.
above
You
you.
can't see it on the equator. It's literally on the horizon. But if you're standing on the North Pole, it is directly above you. It's the zenith, literally directly above you. Perfectly.
No
If
shit.
in New York, where we're at 44, 45 degrees latitude,
45
it's
degrees.
right there. And it's
Okay.
crazy. And that's how the slaves actually figured out how to keep moving north is the North Star which they could pinpoint based on like where the Little Dipper was and where it was pointing
And
in,
it's
in the Big
bright
Dipper.
as shit.
I still
drinking
I haven't
gourd.
seen the North Star in fucking 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
Where,
no,
where
no,
is
no,
that?
Looking
no,
at
you,
I can't
you-
point with
you-
that's I have no idea.
You'd be
You've
able to-
seen it.
once you get
No,
look
no,
up
no.
there,
You've
it's right
seen
there.
it. You just haven't realized that you've
That's
seen
what
it.
I'm sure I've seen it, but
It's-
I'm saying like I
so-
couldn't tell you which one. But real quick quiz.
Pop quiz.
Equator. What's the vertical line?
Prime Meridian.
I was pointing at Evan when I said that.
You said quiz. What you knew
I
I'd
said
know
pop quiz, and I pointed with my finger.
Evan.
You
he
ruined
said.
it.
Yeah, what he said.
Would you have gotten that?
No, maybe. I would have had to think about it for a long time.
I'm glad you knew that. Although laugh.
Yeah, dude. I know a couple things. You guys are way smarter than me when it comes to geographical things, but and stars and shit.
But now, anyways, if we can get back to the slaves, a more important topic, please.
Dude, actually, it's funny you
Harriet
bring that
Tubman's
up.
going to be on the 20.
I guess there's a movie called You said there's a Harriet Tubman movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Is
gonna
it
boycott
dank?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I want
Is
to.
it new?
It's new, yeah. It's on HBO Max.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm like afraid it's gonna make me sad, and I don't like watching movies that make me sad for no reason.
I feel like I
Just
only
put
watch
yourself
sad
through
or
that pain.
scary
It's like
movies.
watching.
I haven't
the
watched
Passion
a
of the
happy
Christ.
movie. Evidently, you're supposed to be Passion 2.
I'm not watching it.
Passion.
Passion of the Christ,
What's that?
the most
Mel
brutal
Gibson?
movie ever
Yeah,
created
it's
in the
crazy.
history of movies.
But it's
I've
not.
never
Hard
even
to get
heard of
through.
it.
Rough. To
You've
get
never
through.
heard of the Passion? Are you kidding me?
Dude,
Mel Gibson,
good for you.
I'm not a movie guy.
Jim
lad.
Caviezel.
Who the fuck is that? I've never even heard
He
of
plays Jesus, dude, and a bunch of weird things happen. Like,
Oh man,
so his initials are JC.
him. Jake Caviezel.
Yeah.
I guess.
what do you mean you guess? That's
I
what
mean,
it is.
I was picturing
What
K.
else? He dislocated his shoulder or whatever while he was like carrying the cross in the scene. There was a bunch of weird things that happened. But anyway, no, you've never, dude. It's an unbelievable movie. It's so good.
sad and terrible. Like in the sad, terrible way.
Do you recommend it, or are you
No.
recommending
Yeah,
I
no,
stay
it's-
away from it?
No,
I
it's a good
recommend
movie.
you
I
don't
love
watch
it.
it.
Dude.
If you-
It's a
if-
good movie.
If you want to sleep ever again, I wouldn't watch it.
Don't, anyways.
I mean, it's, dude. They really whipped this motherfucker.
Yeah, it's
though. Like,
brutal.
It's
It's
crazy.
worse than that.
And then
though.
they dig out these ones that have like little spikes on the ends of the whips, and then, dude, it's
Oh,
heavy.
so it's kind of
bad.
hot.
No, it's bad.
Oh,
It's no fun to watch. It was
Hmm.
brutal. I got through it one whole time. I watched it front to back one time. Tried to do it a second time years later with someone who wanted to watch it, and I couldn't do it. I had to turn it off. I was like, I'm good.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. It's a good movie, dude. It really
I'm
is.
gonna watch it.
I can't.
Well, dude, I mean,
It is a good movie. It's a masterpiece. It really is, but it's brutal.
you know who Mel Gibson is, right?
The Patriot.
You know, if you showed me a picture of him, probably.
Okay.
But if I'd probably need like multiple
fucking
choice.
kidding me?
No, you know who I picture when you say Mel Gibson, and this is funny. You know the guy on the Benchwarmers, the one who has all the money and he's like the Star Wars fan.
The little midget guy.
No, not the midget guy.
The chubby
The
billionaire.
chubby
that sponsors the
billionaire
team.
that sponsors the team.
Oh,
That's who
dude.
I think Mel
Who is
Gibson
that?
is.
What's that
That's who
motherfucker's
I
name?
think Mel Gibson is.
Dude, he's wicked funny. I love that guy. He's in like The Wedding Singer and shit.
Dude, whenever anyone's ever mentioned Mel Gibson, he pops up in my head. and
Really?
I'm like, that's who that is.
John Lovett.
John
Yeah,
Lovett. So who's Mel Gibson?
What did you type in to find that?
Cast of Benchwarmers.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Mel Gibson lookalikes?
I can't believe you don't know who Mel Gibson is.
No, Mel Gibson's hardcore.
Braveheart.
Nope.
Mad Max.
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Keep him coming.
Obviously The Patriot.
What
No.
Women Want with Helen Hunt. You ever seen-
Signs.
Signs,
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen Signs.
Yeah.
The Alien movie.
The-
you got you
the-
start
yeah.
talking aliens. You're speaking
There
my
you go,
language,
yeah.
Evan.
Signs. He was the dad in Signs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
He is a bad
He's
dude.
a bad- all the Lethal Weapons. Pocahontas, apparently.
Voice acting
I
or
guess.
the
I think he plays
reenactment?
John Smith.
When
yeah.
We Were Soldiers, that was a good flick.
Never saw that one.
He's got a lot of them. He's in a bunch of movies.
Did you guys ever see Small Soldiers?
Yeah,
Oh my
dude, are you
goodness,
kidding
yes.
me?
I
absolutely.
fucking loved that
Yeah,
movie.
dude, that movie's-
The Gorgonites and the Commandos.
Yeah, dude,
Dude,
I wonder
who did the
God,
voices for
That was
that.
a fuck. Yeah, please look that up. Specifically, what was his name? Lieutenant? No, not Lieutenant.
With the
Sarge,
gray
that's
hair.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Lieutenant Sir, he kind of looks like Lieutenant Sir.
He does though.
but
Yeah,
with gray hair instead of blonde. Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst. Tommy Lee
What-
Jones.
Who did Kirsten Dunst? Who did
Chris-
she voice?
She's
Chris-
in
Oh, the
movie.
Barbie.
Christy
Oh,
Fimp-
duh. I thought he's looking up the voice.
Well, dude, the dad from Disturbia's in Small
I
Soldiers
am looking
too,
up
right?
the voice actors. This is the cast.
You ever seen Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf? His
that's
dad.
that's a good one too. Yeah.
His dad's
Dennis
also.
Leary.
Who's Dennis Leary?
I don't know, but he was in the movie.
You know Dennis Leary. John
Dude, David
David
Cross,
Cross.
is funny.
Yeah, that's an all-star cast.
Dennis Leary, you know who that is? I think that's the father of Scott, the stepfather of Scott Smalls.
It 100% is. Dennis
Dude,
Leary.
you know what I'm saying?
Son of a bitch.
Gotta watch out for the curve.
You gotta watch out.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying.
Wow.
You know who Scott Smalls is? You never seen The Sandlot?
Are you
Yeah. Oh,
joking?
yeah.
Yeah, the dad that pumped. Remember they were playing
Playing
catch and shit, and he,
Oh.
Kids in the eye.
he was, "Hey, Bill. I mean, Dad.
Dad,
Can you teach me how to?" Yeah, dude. That dude.
That's
He's
Dennis
in
Leary.
Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
Is what? Is he one of the?
I don't know.
Okay.
What was that guy's name though?
Dennis Leary.
No. The like commando.
Chip
dude.
Hazard.
Chip Hazard.
Wow,
That's
it was Chip
exactly
Hazard.
what it was. That's incredible.
What was the crazy alien fox name?
Dude, they all had such.
the
Archer.
Gorgonite?
Archer
was
was
the
the
Gorgonite.
original, like the
Yeah,
main
dude.
one.
I always wanted those toys so
Dude,
bad.
so fucking bad. And
but
then
they were like $80
dude,
for like the ones like
I
this big
know.
and shit, and they
Dude.
weren't real.
they got to like,
I wanted them to be real, like in the movie.
yeah.
Chip
What a good
Chip
dude. You know what's funny
Hazard.
though is those movies. There was an era of movies that really relied on the fact that like there was a size difference in the main characters. Whether it was like Honey I Shrunk the Kids, the Indian in the Cupboard, the fucking Small Soldiers. Like there
Toy
was
Story.
like once they figured out
Toy
Story.
Story.
Once they figured out
Angels
like,
in the outfield.
yeah. Oh, so I was gonna not so much that one. Keep vibing. Rookie of the Year, Little Big League.
Dude, you've seen Little Big League?
Fuck
That
yes.
movie's unbelievable.
Dude, that
That is
movie's
the best.
yeah.
that
yeah.
movie's unbelievable.
It's the American League. They have the DH.
How
Is
hard
that-
could it be? You should
Yo.
start Wedman.
is that where the kid like breaks his arm and they fucking cast
No, that's
it?
Rookie of the Year.
That's what you
Okay.
do.
What's Little Big League then?
Little Big League is when Homeboy's grandpa
Oh,
dies and he leaves them the
coaches
twins.
team.
He
Yes.
owns 'em. He's the
Yes,
owner.
And then he's like, "Yo," he fires the manager. He fires
Yes.
O'Farrell, and he's like, "Yo, my choice is me." And they're like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean?" He
Yeah.
goes, "I know
And
this
then-
team inside out."
Yeah, and then they're like, all right, it's all about situational baseball.
Yeah,
they're like, all right,
dude.
like, what do you do with this? And he's
He
like,
goes,
ah,
"No, you
you would do
sacrifice him to
this.
Seki." He goes, "No,
Yeah.
here's what's happening if you do." Dude, that movie's unreal.
Dude,
then
it's so
then
good,
his
yeah.
friends start not like because he can't go on fishing trips with them anymore and shit. And he's
Yeah.
just like,
God.
dude.
That scene
He-
with the situational baseball tendencies and
So good.
situations.
And then
So
he
good.
orders night nurses from Jersey in the hotel. And his mom's like, "Yo, what is this on the
Yeah.
bill?" He's
He's
like,
like,
I own a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and if I want to watch a little nurse pornog at my hotel, I'm gonna do it."
I'm like, I own the twins.
He's like, I own Twins, Mom. Yeah, seriously. I can watch Twins if I want to.
No, that movie's hardcore, dude. And it's got dude, Randy Johnson's in it. Ken Griffey Jr. is in it. Dude, yeah, that movie's sweet.
It is
God,
sweet.
that movie's good.
Dude, I remember watching that so long ago, and dude, that one Rookie of the Year, like those old baseball, they never
Sandlot,
came,
yeah,
they never
dude.
came close to the Sandlot, but there was that another era of just like really good.
That's a very
baseball
good way to put it.
movies.
Yes, because none of them. But yeah, you're right. Like Little Big League, Rookie of the Year, and Angels in the Outfield. They're all
Yeah.
good kid baseball movies, but
Yeah.
no, they're not the Sandlot.
They're
you know what I'm saying?
no,
They're
dude, the
not the
Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Dude, I wouldn't even put the Sandlot at the top of kids baseball movies.
Spielberg.
You'd have to put it at the top of all time movies.
It's just
ever.
like
Yeah,
it perfectly
it-
personifies what
Being a
growing
boy.
Up, yeah,
yeah,
what growing
you know
up
what I
as a
mean?
kid
being
was
a
like.
boy and
yeah.
playing baseball at a young age, like dude. Like,
I mean, just
yeah.
everything. Going to the pool,
Dude,
causing
yeah,
trouble.
all that shit,
the
dude.
bullies.
When that fireworks scene, dude, like my heart flutters. I mean, just all the kids like looking up at it,
dude.
like
and they
in awe
they
and
think this
stuff. Yeah.
normal sized dog is like the beast
Yeah.
over the fence. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
No, he's right because we were talking about that fireworks scene.
Oh, I
and
cry
like it's
every
it's
time.
every single time because
ball my eyes
he's
out.
like
Yeah.
because to us baseball was a game, but for Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez,
you sound just like
baseball was life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah, dude, that shit's heavy. But
Dude,
no, honestly,
dude,
no, it's funny
and
you bring
then-
that up.
Yo, and then at the end of the movie, when Benny the Jet Rodriguez hits that, and then Smalls is in the boot.
Dawn.
Dude,
And
Dawn,
he gives him one of these.
Yeah, gives
and
him
he's
the thumbs
wearing
up.
that. He's wearing that fishing hat that he told him to throw in the fireplace
Yeah,
too. Yeah, dude.
yeah, and just
leaking.
The Jets got
time.
a suicide lead.
every time. Yeah, right.
But no, dude, it's funny you bring.
I can't believe it. They don't see it.
Dude, it's funny you bring that up though because we were talking about that. I feel like it's kind of like not that way, but for the last 80 years, part of like being a boy and growing up, like you played little league baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's just like a right every like whether or not you like when you went to like high school, like you know played lacrosse or golf. If you played little league baseball at
Yeah, you
some
did.
point,
Yep.
you know what I mean? And I just don't think I think that's kind of gone away to some degree.
Yeah, look at Declan.
I've got a good
Well, I mean, he's only 6. Like he's still got time to do that. But like every single one of the friends I have now, I played little
Same.
league baseball against.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whether they did not play it in high, like every kid, every boy played little league baseball,
Yep.
Dude,
and it's just not like that.
I've got a really good Little League story that I never remember until people start talking about Little League, and I'm like, fuck, that happened, right? So I was 12 years old. I was done playing baseball. I wanted to skate. That's all I wanted to do, and it was the last year. I
right.
was even,
But you played little league baseball. That's my
oh,
point.
Oh, I had already played. I had already played
what
like
I'm
midget
saying.
league and little, you know. But I was like, I got out of it. I was like, I got out, and all I wanted to do was skate. And my dad started coaching a team that were just on paper so bad. They weren't going to win a seriously, like they were the only team with a girl on it. Like all and the boys were just the most uncoordinated group of little 11-year-old
Dude,
Dude, there were some athletic girls I played with in little league baseball.
This one
had to
was
check
not.
on my little
This
league
one
team.
was afraid of the ball and just didn't even want to show up to practice, right? But my dad starts coaching this team, and none of them can hit a ball or catch a ball, and it's like 3
Or
weeks
throw one.
They're 3 weeks, you know, the fundamentals of baseball, right? Fucking all the coaches remember the fundamentals. It's like they don't know what that means.
They're standing out,
But, yeah,
looking
look
at
alive
just-
out there. One kid's actually dead. You know. Fucking-
Out of just fear.
No, I remember watching my little brother play once, like, and he was like 8 or 9. He was playing midget league, and like there was 3 outs. He's playing left field. There's the whole team trots off the field, go back to the bench, and he has no clue. He's just staring at the sky, like he's the only one still left on the field, bro. So I know what you're
Jesus
talking about. That was your
Yeah.
team in a nutshell,
Dude, literally every position, every
Okay.
single position. And I, who was decently good at baseball, the best on the team by far, which is saying something, right? Like I wasn't incredible at baseball. I was the
Sounds like it's not
all-star
saying
pick.
much by actually.
I was the all-star pick of this team. Just know that, right? So
Your
it-
dad
it
was the coach.
It was either me or Tiffany. so
she had a mean
but
slider.
she had a mean slider. And damn, she could hit a curveball.
But she took that maturity test and he didn't.
That's right.
right.
Anyway, sorry.
She was a 4.
Jesus, I don't even want to know what a
Anyways.
4 looks like on the female spectrum, bro. I have no desire to see
Anyways,
that at all.
The doctor's like, so you want to play junior softball, huh?
Don't. I beg you to not continue. I beg
Anyways,
of you.
so
So your
anyways.
dad's coaching
And
the Bad
my,
News Bears.
My dad's coaching the worst team ever, right? So he's like all but begging me to like. He's like, well, it's literally the last year you can even play little league. Like, please, we need somebody, one person who could just kind of like show everyone else kind of like what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. I joined the team. I hated it. I was miserable, right? But I jumped all around the place. I played catcher, pitcher, all of the infield. I never really bounced in the outfield, but whatever, right? So we're playing. Dude, worst team in the league. We go 2-12. We win 2 games.
Nice.
We went out for ice cream twice that
Nice,
season.
dude.
You know, and damn.
Where'd you go, Toddy's or Frosties?
I think it was after Toddy was already.
Oh, okay.
Because that was like way back in the day. I think
Yeah.
we'd go like Frosties and Chip. Anyways, right? So when there was another team in the league, Walmart, who
Yeah.
literally like drafted players.
Oh, they recruited.
Dude,
Yeah,
they
big
literally
time.
recruited players.
Yeah.
And my dad was more about like everyone should get to play baseball, sandlot
Right.
style
Right,
shit. Like
yeah.
every American kid deserves to be on a baseball
Right,
team
yeah,
type
dude.
shit. You know, Walmart was like, fuck that, we're going 14-0 with the best 11-year-olds in the area. You know, in
Yep.
the
I had 'em
Tri-County
every year
area.
too.
Yeah, Little League was 8 to 12, and they didn't have one
No,
person
they had 12,
under.
yeah.
They would right at the cutoff date. Like if you turn 12 by like June 6th, like you're good. All the kids were like that.
Dude, what?
You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure that 14-year-olds just writing green can I am 12.
I am 12.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
bro. Fuck yeah.
But anyway, so what? One of the games I'm
Did you
catch-
beat them?
No,
Oh,
dude,
okay.
no.
I thought
they
that was
went-
like the
no,
climax.
no,
Triumph
no,
story.
no. They went undefeated. They crushed. They crushed. We never even came close. But anyways, we were the worst team. They were the best team, and I was catching against that team. And one of the kids, I was friends with most of that team. Like a lot of the kids I would hang out with and play sports with, like prior, they just ended up on the best team and I was on the worst, whatever. One of them though, I didn't really know. A few of them I didn't know, but one of them I was catching one day. He's fucking rounding third coming home. I grab the ball, I tag down, and he starts crying like a bitch, right?
him right
like,
sick?
No.
Oh, because he was out.
I thought so, right? Like, get out of here, bitch. Like, called him out, like, start limping back to the thing. And, dude, he's bawling his eyes out. And his dad, who was a third base coach or whatever, like, pretty much, like, said, like, stop being a bitch, like, get back to the
There's no
dugout.
crying
like,
in
dude, yeah,
baseball.
literally,
You know what I'm saying?
And he's literally screaming, like, no, like, my arm's broken. Your arm's not fucking broken.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
get back to the dugout. You know what I mean? Fucking
Homeboy's arm was broken.
20 minutes later, yeah, his mom's like, I think we got to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
His arm's broken.
His arm is broken.
His
you know,
dad's like,
on the
"Fuck you."
on the tag, I came down and I broke his arm. Right?
Damn.
Didn't even mean to. Right? And I had no idea. Like as he was like pretty much like diving first, and I fucking came down and I smacked his arm so hard. He was a small kid. You know.
I was gonna say, man.
I mean, he was a 10-year-old playing it, you know what I mean?
Right.
A talented 10-year-old that got recruited by Walmart. And I
Yeah,
might have been a
dude.
little jealous. Maybe I came down too hard on the tag,
on purpose.
But
Fuck
regardless,
you, dude.
yo,
Those are some nice jerseys you
so-
got. I'm wearing a fucking
anyways,
t-shirt.
dude, this was never mind. I won't segue into that quite yet. Anyways, so come to the end of the season, I'm hanging out with a couple of the dudes that I would hang out with on that team, and we're just like shooting the shit, playing Skate 3, you know, and his mom comes in, and he's like, hey boys, like you got to get ready, you know, you're going to Darien Lake tomorrow. And they're like, oh fuck yeah. I was like, yo, hell yeah, Darien Lake, like what are you going for? He's like, the coach is taking us because we went undefeated. He's like, that's like everyone's like kind of like, you went undefeated, we're not going out for ice cream, we're going to Darien Lake Six Flags, you know.
That's badass.
Yeah, my
And-
dad owns a dealership.
And well, yeah, right.
Off Wheeling.
Right.
Wheeling
So-
Chevrolet.
So listen, so the boys go, you think it'd be cool if Jake tagged along? And she was like, well, let me ask. And turns out there was an extra seat. And they were like, fuck yeah, like if you want to come along, like everything's covered. I was already hanging out with them. Like I lived a block away. I was like, yeah, let me go pack my bag. I'll stay the night. And, you know, tomorrow we'll go. Fucking, we're halfway to Darien Lake. I'm all gassed. I love Six Flags, dude. I love roller coasters. You know, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I
Oh, the Mind
live
Eraser? That one's
for
dope, dude.
that
Love me a
shit.
Mind
The one
Eraser.
where your feet dangle?
Yeah.
That's a Mind Eraser, right?
Love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I live for that shit, right? I find out halfway to Darien Lake that the reason there's an extra seat is because one of the kids who played for Walmart couldn't go because he
got
had
his
a
arm
broken
broke.
arm and he was in a cast.
And you were the culprit.
And I was the one who broke his fucking arm.
Definition
and I
of
took
irony.
his place on the way
fucked
to.
him twice?
I didn't know.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
but how crazy is that?
that's messed up.
How fucking crazy is
You
that?
willed into existence.
Yeah,
a trip
damn
to Darien
straight.
Lake.
Yeah, he came running around the third baseline like, I'm going to Darien Lake. I said, no, you're not, motherfucker.
Maybe-
I'm
Dude.
going.
Maybe it was your good
That's
karma
wild,
for joining
bro.
the team.
Dude,
That's
isn't
wild.
that weird? Like
is
how
wild.
that all fucking lines up.
It's like just pouring salt on a wound. You know what I mean? Like
On
you
a
ever you didn't
broken-
fuck the kid up.
That's like
it's-
twisting a
it's
broken
already
arm.
done.
Now he's gonna
Yeah.
look at pictures with you and all his boys.
Yeah.
Dude, no, you know what's funny? You know what's so funny? Dude,
When you're going down like the little thing, they
Yeah.
take pictures
You're
of you. Yeah.
Yo, do you know how, to this day, I don't know who that is, but do you know how many times I picture like finding out that he's like in his mom's basement in a castle and I show up and he's like, stand back.
Yeah,
Stand back, like from bench
bench
warmer, like I
warmers,
was
yeah,
the bully
dude.
that fucking.
You wouldn't
like,
have to imagine.
traumatized
You already
that
heard,
Yeah,
kid.
you already heard him cry.
Are like genuinely traumatized that he didn't get to
Wow,
go to his
bro.
undefeated team's
Man.
fucking Six Flags trip.
And not only that, the guy who denied him of that
Yeah.
took his spot.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like I broke my thumb a week before my first cruise. I still went on the cruise, you know?
Yeah, why can't you ride a roller
That's
coaster
what
with
I'm
a broken
saying,
arm?
like,
or just
I feel
don't
like
rather
he was
just
just
go anyway.
bitch made,
Just
yeah.
walk around with
Yeah,
your boys,
dude.
even if you can't.
Yeah, you know.
ride
What
the
an
coasters.
idiot.
So it's kind of like, you know,
Sound
one
like
door
that kid
closes,
did-
one door
sound
opens.
like kid was destined to be a loser.
Bro, that was another thing.
His dad was right.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, dude. You're sick. Get back to the dugout.
Yeah, right.
Dude, that's
The only
that
thing,
sucks,
the only
man.
thing his dad was wrong about is that kid definitely did break his arm.
Yeah.
You know, and he was screaming.
If I was,
But,
I'm not a doctor. How am I supposed to
Yeah,
know?
right.
It's swelling up. He's bleeding.
He's like,
internally.
listen.
He might also be the
And-
only kid that broke his arm on a tag.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
goes, listen,
never
in
know.
my
You know what I mean?
defense,
He
you
might
are a
have some,
little
like, bone
dramatic
issues.
sometimes. Like all the time. You know?
Quit acting like your mother.
Yes.
You're not allergic to bees.
Yeah, right.
Death.
Jesus. Dude, do you know, it's so funny. I was walking around Montague, bartending and like doing all this shit this week. the amount of people who, after whatever they said, say, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like blushing. I'm like, they watch the show.
Yep.
You know, like I gotta watch the show.
Oh yeah, they
It's
watch
so
it.
funny because
If there's one thing we did right with this podcast, it's the name. The
Yeah.
name is like
And it-
the coolest name
dude,
ever.
it's so funny because everybody says it and they don't even
realize it.
know.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Even like, Meredith was saying it last week a whole bunch of times.
Yeah,
She's
dog.
Yeah.
Right off the rip, too.
couldn't even, yeah. It's just funny because
Comes
you
out
know
right off the
it's funny
tongue.
because we've only been doing it for 3-4 months now.
Mhm.
5 months ago, I would have never thought twice if I would have heard someone say like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
And now
yeah.
every time I hear it, I'm like,
It's a
yeah,
thing.
I
Yep.
know exactly what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You know what I'm saying
Yeah.
by saying that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
No,
Fuck yeah,
it's
man.
I love it. I
Started
really
a little
do.
cult.
Yeah. But
One banner. That's all it took. Little green. What did Brody send us? Red and blue? Is that what
Yep,
the
it was
original
red and
logo
blue.
was?
Yeah.
I think we went with
I
the
was
right
asking
choice.
for gang violence.
People
Yeah.
are begging for black shirts.
Wow, you're right. You never thought about. Yeah, dude, we got to get the black one.
The
We
white
gotta
was
sell
a
the white ones, though.
mistake.
No, I still like the
Stop.
white one.
No, the white's a mistake after Labor Day. That's where you fuck.
Right.
Yeah, dude, we got
Come
plenty of
dude,
months.
Dude, come spring, summer, people are gonna be bagging for white shirts. Not long sleeves though.
No.
When's Labor Day? September?
Yeah. Yeah, I always heard you can't wear white after Labor Day, but when can you start wearing it again? There's never,
Yeah, dude,
you know
like-
what I'm saying? It's like July, and I'm like,
It's always
coming up,
after
but like I'm
Labor Day.
still.
Are you
not-
Evan again?
July.
Bro, it's
I
always.
was gonna say June, and I was like, I gotta push it back another month.
You
Halfway
just
through the
blew
week.
my mind.
Right?
It's always
after
after
Labor
Labor
Always,
Day.
unless
Yeah.
it's Labor Day.
Yeah, dude, dude, in the middle, dude, in the middle.
Or it's
Yo,
always before Labor Day.
Let's start
unless
ridiculing
it's Labor
people.
Day.
Let's start ridiculing
You know
people
what I'm
for
saying?
wearing white shirts in the summer. Like, hey, you can't wear white after Labor Day. They're like, it hasn't happened yet. Oh, well, it did.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Still
11
counting
11 and a
from
half
last
months
year.
ago it did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Keep
saying?
up. Are you
know what I'm saying?
are you checked in?
Yeah, are you even
Are you
clocked
even
in, bro?
checked in?
Yeah, that's the dumbest rule ever.
What
So
the
weird,
fuck?
man.
It's
Does anybody
gotta
know
be
the
a-
history of
that's
that
gotta be a
rule?
jo- No, it's gotta be a joke.
No, I
It
don't.
ain't a joke.
No,
It's real life.
no. You know what's funny is you know what I always thought it was, and I genuinely follow this rule, but I think it's because I live in upstate New York. I'm white, and I get real pale in the winter,
You
and then
deserve
when
it.
and then when I'm wearing a white undershirt under like a coat or something, like it just looks weird. I'm like, you're right. You can't wear white after Labor Day. In the middle of summer, if I'm wearing black jeans and a white T-shirt, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if I'm wearing it, like it looks weird to me in the
That's
winter
my
with like the
only
snow
wardrobe
outside and shit. It's
It's
just white.
black. I mean, I'm not wearing it right now, but I would have those white thermals. I have like 6 of those white thermals and black jeans. That's what I wear. I
What
don't
about,
care.
what about the white jeans and the black thermals?
That's for rock time.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're sitting next to the black nail polish for when shit gets heavy.
Yeah, dude. What do you got for me over there, Ev?
There's like 3 different ones.
Give me one.
What are you looking at?
It's
Why
like
you can't
The
wear
concept of not wearing white after Labor Day started
It's
in,
not pure. You're not pure anymore after work. I don't know.
in the 19th century as a way for the upper class to separate themselves from the working class.
Well, that's stupid.
Perfect.
So you can wear white whenever then.
Yeah,
What if your wedding's after Labor Day? Can't wear a white dress?
Now you're on to something.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
know.
I've seen weddings move further and further away from that
Dude, there's
traditional
been
shit.
Yeah, bro. There's
You know what I'm? Yeah. It's not
TT's
the
wedding was it January or
yeah,
something.
Well, yeah. So it's not only ever like in the summer anymore, but even like the whole like black tie affair thing is like kind of. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like even females are like, no, I want my bridesmaids to wear like maroon and I want it in the fall where the foliage. It's like it was never like that, you know?
Dude, I'm gonna say this, and I want to know if you guys feel the same way. Do you think I've never seen, within the last like 8-9 years, a very like
Good wedding, thank you.
No. but like a very flattering bridesmaid dress. I'm like, do these brides purposely pick out awful looking bridesmaid dress so that makes them look that much better?
I think they just pick cheap ones.
Dude, I honestly, that's a good point too because they are outrageously
Yeah.
expensive to
Dude,
wear once.
yeah, but they get to keep them.
Yeah, we have to rent.
We
them
have
for
to rent
$250 for
$250
one day.
tuxes for one day. You know what I'm saying?
We don't get to keep them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They get $100 dress. At least it's sitting in their closet when they.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
they're
yeah,
they
to
always
never
look
wear
awful.
again. That's
Yeah, you're
silly.
never gonna
Bridesmaid
Yeah,
dresses
it's
look
like
horrific.
wait, bridesmaids or brides?
No,
No,
bridesmaids.
bride dresses look great. I'm talking about the bride. I'm saying that these brides purposely pick like the most ugly dresses they can find, so that makes them look
yeah,
that much
of course
better.
They do. Dude, it's like the
Dude.
hot girls that want to hang out with the uggo chicks
Yeah,
in high
dude.
school. It's like they're gonna make me look better. You know
Yeah,
what I
dude.
mean? Like,
and
that's all
and
it
I've
is.
asked, they're like, oh, girls 100%
Why?
do
Why
that.
do you guys think I do this podcast with you?
Yeah. I wondered.
No, keep it up.
I expected more out of that. It's better when we have guests to laugh at my jokes that I make about you guys. Fuck. Tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
Anyway.
Hate you.
I'm going to throw my gum at him.
Yeah.
As long
dude.
as you stop smacking in the mic, I'm fine with that.
You haven't done that today.
That's what I said. I've been good about it.
Yeah. Was it last week? I'm like, dude, please, God, do not
Yeah,
do
right
that.
off the rip, you were like, "Will you cut that out before you start?" So before we even start.
Oh man.
Ah, Jesus. But no, actually, let me hit you guys with this because it
Well,
was
hit
a
me
weird
with it.
week and I totally forgot. Guys, I had a full-blown fucking panic attack.
Why? What was up
Listen,
with you
no,
guys?
no, that, sorry, we can't be perfect, Evan.
Dude, they suck.
Listen,
man.
no, it was crazy because I'm fine with needles, right? I'm fine with needles. I get blood drawn, I can get shots, I get tattoos. Needles don't fuck with me, right? Amanda got Botox for the first time to
I
cure
saw
her
that.
migraines, and she wanted me to go with her.
30 shots.
32 shots right in the fucking head, right in the skull, right? And when she was getting them done, I was
Nope.
thinking, dude, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yo, like I'm not bad with needles. I'm really good. I know people who at the sight of a needle will pass out.
What?
I'm fine with needles, right? And as she's getting these fucking injections in her skull, I'm thinking like, God, like what a bad bitch. Like good for her. Like I
Yeah.
don't know if I could do that. Like if I was getting headaches and that was the cure, I'd be like, I'll keep
No,
having
headaches are the
headaches.
worst.
I'll
No,
keep having
headaches
headaches.
are the worst.
No, but that's how bad they are. Is that she's willing to get 32 shots? And keep in mind, some ladies get these 32 shots just to look a little younger.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, where's the praise? You know.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, I sitting in that chair with her, watching her, and I'm wearing a mask also for the first time in a while. And I'm like breathing into that mask. Dude, I start getting so hot so fast, and I'm like, where am I?
Hyperventilated?
Yeah, kind of, you know. So I like kind of pull the mask out a little bit, and I'm like breathing a little. I can't breathe, right? Fucking, I start taking my coat off, and dude, I'm like sweating. So from 0 to 100, sweating. I start like fucking shaking, and she's all done with her shots, and she's talking to her doctor at this point. By the way, the doctor who was giving her the shots was wearing a full-blown face shield, and on the band it said Grey's Anatomy. And that was that was the weirdest thing. I was like,
Nice custom
Yeah, I was
mask.
like, when's Kutcher gonna pop out and be like,
You're
you
being
know what I mean? Like this was actually,
Right.
but no. Anyways, dude, I had to like sprint out of that room. We're at a neurology clinic, by the way, where a lot of like drug addicts will go to get their fucking treatment and stuff. And I literally, it looked like I dunked my head in a tub of water. I'm soaked, sweating. Literally, I can't walk in a straight line like a normal person. I'm stumbling fucking step after step, right? Fucking, I pump out that door. I'm gripping at my clothes, fucking trying to like pull them off, you know? Dude, it was the weirdest shit. Like I had I was sweating so bad. I was shaking, fucking stumbling to the car, right? And all I could think of was all the people that are driving by on Washington Street are thinking, oh, there's another one of those
Yeah,
fucking
dude, yeah,
whack
right.
jobs stumbling out of that
So
clinic.
fitting he's out that. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like I
Dude.
literally, I was like, whoa. And I ended up getting to my car, door open. And I look up and Amanda's like coming out. Dude, literally, all that probably took a minute. And it was just it was like a fever dream. It was such a blur. It was the weirdest shit. And I was so scared. It was
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
get them often. And Amanda's like familiar with him, and as I'm like hyperventilating in the front seat of my car, fucking soaking wet. She was just with me less than a minute ago. I was dry, and now I'm soaking wet, sitting in my
Yeah.
car. Like, what the fuck just happened?
It's fucking wild, dude.
it's
If you've never had one,
crazy.
it's insane.
It's absolute. It was.
You don't believe
terrifying.
people are like, oh, what do you mean? Just count? You
Yeah,
can't.
it's like, dude, just get through it. Just breathe. It's like, no, that's not that stopped being an option 3 minutes ago. You
the
know?
first
It's
time I ever had one, dude.
crazy.
Evan was. Thank
Forget
God,
your
Evan was
pocket
there.
dope at home.
Yeah.
That's what you got to have pocket dope for.
No. So
Settle you down.
First time I ever had one. Thank God Evan was there. I was closing up the bar, dude, and he had to call 911, bro, because I'm like, dude, I couldn't. Dude, remember when?
I
Remember
remember you telling me about it.
Remember
yeah,
when
it was-
Tua got that concussion? He's
Yeah.
like, dude, I couldn't.
Yeah.
My whole body locked up.
Yeah, dude,
And
it
I,
was-
do you remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's insane, bro. That shit's no joke. Like,
No, dude,
and
it's
I never
weird.
believed it either. And people are like, oh, like when people would like talk about anxiety, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, just figure it out. No, you can't. There's nothing you can do. I couldn't move, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and
that was
but
scary.
it was terrifying,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I was telling Ev, like, my last resort, I'm like, hey, you need to tell this person this, you need to tell that person that. Like, I don't think I'm gonna like make it, kind of
Yeah.
shit. Like, I thought my heart was gonna stop.
Yeah.
And I sat in the ambulance for like 2 hours. And they're like,
Jesus.
yeah, your heart rate's not where it's supposed to be. I'm like, great. Well, that's not calming me
Yeah.
fucking down at
Yeah,
all.
thanks for
You know what I mean?
freaking me out
Yeah,
as
dude.
if I was stable before.
They're like, yeah, we
you know?
can't let you go. This is bad. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God damn, dude. Yeah. and
Shit's
it-
crazy.
obviously, I mean, you never dealt with them, but like I
I think, dude, you're lucky
that
as
was
fuck.
that was like the first or second one that was like really like that, and then I had one more where I wasn't like sweating, panicking, shaking. I just lost my vision, which was also, dude. Literally, I'm not even kidding. My eyes are open, and I go from being able to see everything to just everything kind of like weans at like kind of tunnels, and then it's
imagine
black.
that
And I'm
shit?
literally, dude, I'm literally grabbing my eyes and doing this because I'm like, am I closing my eyes?
Right.
And I'm like, no, like I'm forcing them open.
And I
And like
can't
my
see.
corneas just aren't connecting to my brain. I was like, cool, I'm blind now. Blind for the rest of my life. I was
that
like,
would give me a
I was
panic
like, I was like,
attack.
really took
Yeah,
that,
dude.
I was
I
like,
thought-
really took that for granted, being able to see, because now I can't ever again. Fuck, that's so. You know what I
And
mean?
then now you're.
and yeah, and now I mean, I wake up every day. I'm like, what a blessing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
No, dude, it's
No, dude, I thought I was having a stroke.
Yeah,
bro. Like, I couldn't. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I better not be stuck like this forever.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're fine. I go, no, the fuck, I'm not. I
Yeah.
can't do anything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Sitting there fucking Spider-Man.
Dude,
Yeah,
literally,
right.
I was I couldn't do it. Like, they were like trying to like pull my like fingers out because like I couldn't do it. It was insane.
It's so weird, man.
And they chalked up to they'll go, what's happening is that there's a bunch of adrenaline just coursing through your body right now.
Well, and yeah, that's essentially what happens during a panic attack. But like, why did that happen? Why did it just get released all of a sudden? For
Right.
no, it's not like I jumped out of a moving plane and like my
Right, yeah.
adrenaline is like fight or flight. It's like I was sitting
Your mind's a fucky
and
thing,
on my
dude.
couch and then
Eating some Wheaties.
Yeah, eating
Yeah.
some Wheaties.
And the
man.
fear
yeah,
got
it's
you.
like-
Yeah, as long as you're dude, your
You
mind's
got-
a crate. Your
you
mind
got
can
the
do
fear.
insane
it was,
things
but
to you.
Again, it was the weirdest thing because like I would almost understand if it's like I'm afraid of needles. I don't like this. Like I don't like that. But I literally was sitting there like, God, like awesome, like good for her, you know, all this shit. And then all of it, like I don't know if it was like the needle or if it was the mask, like hyperventilating, to like not being able to breathe, overheating, like wearing
Probably
too
just
many
got
layers.
hot.
I think I got hot, but it was like. I've been hot before, and I take my coat off. It's like that's better,
Dude,
Like
Declan-
this,
Right,
this
yeah.
wasn't just being hot. You know what I mean?
spiked a
Like, it
fever
was
once in the middle of the night and had a
fucking
seizure
weird.
because of it.
Oh, dude, he was young. He was like
He was
one.
Really?
He was like 1
You ever
year
hear
old.
this, dude?
No,
Dude, I thought he was dead. So Taylor comes out. I passed out like in his room because they were like he was sleeping with Taylor and the dogs were in the bed and shit. And I would always just couldn't sleep, so I got up in the middle of the night and I went over into his bed. And middle of the night, she just wakes up screaming, dude. So I come out and she hands him to me and he's just limp. I thought he was dead when she gave him to me, but his eyes were pinned open, bing, like just pinned open. So I put him on the stove. I told her to call 911. I put him on the stove. I remember, and he's like, you know, he's just like, I couldn't. It was the scariest moment of my life. And I'm smacking him and shit. I'm like, you gotta wake up. And then I put my finger in his mouth because I thought maybe he was choking. Mm-hmm. And then he bit down on me so hard, he clamped down on my finger so he drew blood. And I had to pry
a
my
one-year-old, yeah.
my finger out of his mouth. So I was like, okay, he's alive. you know,
Wow.
like that's good. Ambulance came. By the time the ambulance got there, because I got him cooled down because he was burning hot. So I got a washcloth on him and I stripped him butt naked. And I sat in front of the fan with him until the ambulance got there and cooled him down. And he was like pretty much good to go. But that was a long night at the hospital.
God.
Oh yeah, you did take him, right?
Oh yeah.
Yo, so listen to my dad.
Absolutely.
Do you know my dad's brother? My uncle Aaron, Uncle Fuzz.
I don't know.
I probably met him at the wedding.
You,
Yeah.
you might have, yeah, right. He lives right next to me, and he ends up doing like all my snow removal, all that stuff. You know, when he was a baby, he had a fever that was so bad it damaged the part of his brain that was susceptible for allowing him to learn how to read.
Oh damn.
So literally, he came out of the womb like a perfectly healthy baby who would have like had normal brain activity for the rest of his life. Had a fever that was so bad that it pretty much singed the synapses
Wow.
in his brain that would allow him to be able to read. So he is a completely functioning adult. He could drive, he can go to work and all that stuff, but he literally cannot read. It's the weirdest thing to me because it's like, what do you see?
That's what you
What-
can't be
what do
overheating
you-
like that,
It's like,
dude.
what do you see and like, how do you not make it out and how do you
Right,
at least
yeah.
not like, because even if like I look at an S and I know that's an S, like even if you look at it and like can make out what it is, you can at least like kind of create your own way of doing it, right? Can't do it. It's weird.
Wow,
It's
that's crazy.
It's fucking dude. And So like when he's driving, like he doesn't read stop. He just sees the red octagon and knows that's a stop sign.
Right.
He doesn't know street names. He just knows like, oh, like my grandma lives on this street. I got to go
Did
down
he at any
3
point
and
know
over.
how to read before?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope. No, because he was a baby.
Right.
He was a baby. He never was able to learn how to read because the part in his brain that was gonna let him do that got fucked up from.
Yeah,
a
it's not
fever.
good to get that hot.
Is
That's what
it
I'm saying.
bad?
Back
So,
when-
I mean, like,
crazy.
he can't text or he can't. Like,
He can't.
How
No,
did he
if
get through school?
If he disabled classes. Disabled
Wow.
classes, and when he texts, it's always voice to chat.
Really?
Yeah, so even if you text him, like he'll have to like tell his phone to read it to
Right,
him, and
yeah.
then he can, you know what I mean?
No shit.
Mostly phone calls. Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy. It's
I
crazy
just
though,
wouldn't text.
That
It's-
there's just that one little piece and
it's-
that controls that. That's crazy.
dude. It's
but he
cra-
can still see and watch TV,
dude,
and that's
dude,
fine. And
no,
make,
no. Not only that, if you sat down and talked to him for 5 hours, you would never know that he couldn't read.
No,
You would
shit.
never know that he had a disability like that. And then like even
That's
dude,
insane.
he sometimes even I remember being a young kid and he would like play it off while dude like he would like come up to a street sign and he'd like kind of squint and let me like what's that say over there? And I'd like as an 11-year-old be like, oh, he just must have like bad vision. And then I learned like, oh no, he can't read. He's never gonna be able to learn how to read. And it's crazy.
But why can't like if you can
Dude,
see it and
I
comprehend?
know.
That's a light. I can see it. It's
Yeah.
a light.
Yeah, no,
But
I
just
get
if it's
it.
in letter form, like there's that one piece of your brain that like maneuvers
Lad,
whether
you're-
you know what I
You're
mean.
preaching to the choir
That's
right now, buddy.
crazy.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy, but that's how insane our brains are. You
Yeah.
think about it, like our brains are more advanced than the most important like supercomputer that exists today.
Oh yeah, dude.
But you don't
By a long
think
shot.
it because you see some of the people in Walmart and you're like, God, they have a brain. They have one of those
Yeah,
supercomputers, you know, that I have. But it doesn't seem like it.
Right.
Because it's working at, you know,
Does it seem like it?
fucking 3% capacity, you know.
Yeah, mine's running at an idle.
But then you got
That might be the dope.
Just
but then you got the
idle
people
one.
like Elon Musk who it's like theirs is running fucking 3 times over and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how they're supposed to be working. Dude, I actually saw this thing where it's like dude, a lot of people are chucking up a lot of the fucking dumbing down of today's society due to like leaded gasoline and leaded fuels, where our parents' generation was literally inhaling these fumes with lead in them, and they said the average like IQ of Americans have dropped so significantly over that period where they were using leaded fuels, and in the UK they weren't using them as often or as in mass quantities like that, and they're saying that a whole generation of Americans got literally like dropped like 30 IQ points from the point where they started using leaded fuels.
That's a lot.
And dude, it's a lot. And then
it couldn't be these damn
that's-
things we're holding up to our fucking heads
that's-
all day.
Right.
well,
yeah.
no,
Just
well that's
sucking in
that's-
radiation.
well, that's another thing too. But like that's now we use unleaded fuels because like
Yeah.
because they fucking realize like, oh my god, this is not good if we
This
can't
is
fucking
happening.
if we they're like if we're gonna introduce Common Core, we gotta have a standard of where people can understand shit, you know.
This isn't something we're
But-
talking about. This is happening.
But that's the thing, though, is that's what you said, like the cell phones, right? Like those have only been around for 20, 25-ish
Yeah.
years, like in mass quantity, where everybody's had a cell phone, like 10, 15 years. In 20 years, they might be like, oh, by the way, anybody who ever kept their cell phone in their pocket, you have testicular cancer for sure. Like there's
100%.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah, you know, like you ever see about the fucking
What you got going on over there,
are
fella?
you doing? No, what are you
Okay.
doing?
Well, I just saw that the channel was muted. I just want to make sure that we're good. Sorry. Go
Are
ahead.
You, are you downing me? Unmute that channel. Is he on
No,
someone's-
we're good. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. But
Jakey, we got to record that song.
we do have to record this song.
I'm
Which
so
one? Your
excited.
newest one? I don't. have
No,
I
no,
heard you-
no. Lonely Smiles.
Oh, I forgot.
I got Stephanie into. She's into Waster
She
hard
texted
now.
me today.
Oh,
She's
is
like-
that the lyric you posted?
Probably.
He's
You
posted.
liked it.
He's posted every single lyric in that song for the past week and a half.
huh.
Is that what we were listening to in the truck? WSTR?
Uh-huh.
Waster.
Waster.
That's a weird way
He
to
goes, I,
spell
th-
that.
I thought it was Worcestershire.
It was a copyright.
did
it was
think
a
it was
copyright.
Worcestershire.
It was a copyright thing. They had to change the name. They took all the vowels out.
Oh.
Jakey
Yeah.
told me that. He told me that. I'm not gonna act smart. He told me.
I was gonna say no. Ivan knows his shit. Listen to that. And I didn't tell you that. I think it was that.
Yeah.
Jakey's gonna get a DBA
Almost,
for his business for his recording studio.
congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best.
But now he can't kill anybody because they fingerprint you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I can kill
That
people.
sucked.
You can
They're
thank-
just
you
gonna know who did it.
You can thank Suge Knight for that.
Yeah,
one.
right.
I
fake
found the
shit.
right button.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
good guess.
I like it, yeah.
Oh,
So
two
what's
good
the-
guesses in a row.
What's the move for the rest of the week here, boys?
I mean, are we gonna try and start recording tomorrow, or
I would like to. I have tomorrow off, so I would
Um,
like to.
We'll talk about it, dude. Like I said, Alex and I did that song a
I
long
want
time
to
ago.
record tomorrow.
You gonna come help record?
I want some
Lonely
fancy
Smile
sauce.
song? You wanna
No,
come-
we'll do we'll do
my
something
fancy
I want to
sauce.
do instead.
It's my-
probably
It's my
right.
my fancy sauce.
If you want, you can make your own batch.
Yeah, Lamp, go make your own batch of fancy sauce. Record your own. Book your own recording time at Sunken.
Yo, this is funny though because we were talking about that yesterday. We're like, because I have so much invested into that studio. I have a lot of equipment, and I just keep getting more, right? And dude, recording's expensive, and that's why I wanted to get into it. I was like, I don't want to spend $500 every time I want to release a song. Like that's
Right.
ridiculous. I was like, I'd rather spend $500 once on the interface that I would use to record all my songs. And obviously, there's expenses after that or whatever. And when we were first recording through Bryant and like a couple I don't know what the prices are now, but the $300 a song was pretty much like the going rate, It depending on what you were going to do. If it was like just mixing, Spalding, we pretty much get mixed for like $300, a little more, a little less, whatever. Dude, I saw everything's going up now too. I saw a local recording studio is doing a limited time special offer, affordable recording, $50 an hour.
Where's that?
I don't want to say the name, just in case. It's War Drum. But
That's kind of cool.
it is, but dude, that's expensive. That's a lot.
50 an hour?
$50 an hour to go record?
No, that's not bad.
How much can you get done in an hour? In a couple hours?
$100.
How much do you think you can get done in a couple hours? Though?
One song?
Well, listen to this. How long do you think it would take someone to do drums?
If you had your shit ready to go, if
If-
everyone knew their parts and was ready to play,
If best case scenario, everybody knew their parts.
which
It-
I would hope.
That's
hope
pretty-
it
You
would be
listen.
the
about
case.
Here's
standard. That's
here's
about standard.
Here's the thing, though.
That's cheaper than standard.
It used to be way. It used to be way. It used to be like 25, 30 an
It's like
hour to record.
It was like $450 a day where we went.
Okay, for 10 hours.
9, yeah, I guess, yeah. But
So-
but
so-
we would. Well, it was up to the band. Like it was $450 a day. If you want to start at noon, cool. If we wanted to wake up and do 8 o'clock till whenever, you know what I mean?
And of course, it comes down to like how well can you play your stuff? How well can you do this? Like,
Yeah.
if it's gonna take you 3 hours to do drums, $150. If it takes you an hour, 50. Right.
Right. Yeah.
But there's so many little discrepancies like that. Like
no, there
Alex.
are. There
Alex is an insanely good guitarist. It takes him a long time to record a song.
Well, dude, that's where it
You know
comes-
what I mean? So like,
get-
even if
yeah,
we were
well-
to go pay $50 an hour to record, I would never release a song.
Well,
I'd be
that's
like,
where quality-
Fuck that.
That's where your quality of instrument comes in too. Like, I mean, if you have a guitar that can't hold a tune for longer than 3 minutes, you're gonna spend a whole bunch of time fucking getting it back there. And
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
even if you can, there's a lot of like you can do stuff live and get away with it. Where it's like in the studio, you hear every
That's what I
little
mean.
nuance, and it's like you almost have to like.
Oh, we were tying socks around the headstock and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
you
It's
know,
like you
anything we could do
exactly. It's like you have to go almost note for note as opposed to like part by part.
Right.
You know, it's very
Yeah.
meticulous.
to, especially vocally.
And if you think about how, like if you do a flat rate, $300 a song, it's like okay, like you have fucking 6 hours to get that song done. Any more than that, you're spending more than you know what I'm saying? There's no way from start to finish you get a song done in 6 hours. Drums, guitars, bass, vocals, arrangement, everything. There's absolutely no way you track it in less than 6 hours. Unless everybody does everything perfectly first try, it's not gonna happen. Absolutely not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
So you're like,
already-
fuck, I better get in it. This sounds like a money grabbing shit. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
and but then I'm like starting to think like I don't even know really, like I haven't looked into the rates lately, and now I'm looking at it, I'm like, God, that's a lot. And like I almost just want to like I would go so much lower than that for the sake of people being able to like record. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
And
want
you'd steal
anybody.
everybody's client.
I
Hell
don't.
yeah.
I don't want anybody around here to be like, God, I have these songs, but fuck, I don't have the insane amount of money it's gonna take to
Right.
get.
Give me what you
Obviously,
got.
it's gonna be a cost. Like
Right.
if you but it's not gonna be fucking either get groceries or record this song.
Right.
Like that seems. I don't know. It's crazy to me,
No,
and
it
and
is
the
like that.
music
Shit is
industry is so
expensive, bro.
crazy as it is. Like you're not even gonna make money off of those songs.
But you have it forever, which is sweet. You know what I mean? Like even if
Yeah. No, it is. It's the coolest thing. But again, you have it forever and people enjoy it, but it's such an underappreciated craft for all that goes
Oh,
into
yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you take off, and even then, it's super like profitable almost. You know?
I
people who
I
make-
appreciate your songs.
Yeah, it is. But again,
like
I
your
don't.
songs.
What?
I said I appreciate your songs. I like your songs.
Thanks.
Of course, yeah, but we're buddies
Thanks.
and shit.
Yeah.
No, it's just a good song.
What's a great, obviously, but like,
Yeah. No, I would say it's
like
just
just because
like,
we're obsessed with it doesn't mean everybody else is.
They
Well,
should be though. Everyone else is
They-
dumb.
Thank you. They are dumb.
couldn't agree more.
Fucking song's
How-
fantastic.
However, it's how many bands out there though are in fucking Nebraska are writing masterpieces and like we've never heard of them and they're just like God, like if
It's insane.
you know it's like they're all over the place, but then the people who are big in music and like they're not even writing their own stuff, they're all just like a face for the, you know what I mean? It's
I know
it's
exactly
a
what you mean.
very weird genre, and then the people who are genuinely putting in like their heart and soul into these songs and paying $1,000 just to be able to get it done. The industry is like, all right, we'll put it on fucking Spotify, but if anyone buys it, we get
Dude,
the
it's-
money.
it's a-
Go fuck yourself. Yeah, it's
Anybody
it's
that's made it-
very weird. You
Anybody
know?
that makes it is like, yeah, you have to work your ass off, but you also have to get lucky.
Insanely lucky, and then even with both of those, you're still gonna lose money.
yeah,
But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
people will know who you are.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's a very it's like but here's the thing. And I've talked to a man about this. She's like, well, how about you don't do that for 1 week? How about like you wake up on a Sunday and like your mind isn't on like doing the music? And I've tried. It's not possible. It's not possible.
Mhm.
You know, like I can't. Like no matter what I do, it's always in the back of my head, and everything I do is so that I can do. You know, like it's so intrinsic. Like it drives so deep.
Well, yeah, dude, it's part of who you are, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
And it's funny to me though, because there are regular ass humans that walk around and don't think, like, God, I gotta record this song next Sunday. You know, it's so weird. Like, but then there is a fucking very specific handful where there are songwriters.
And now
out
that
there
football's
walk around.
done, now it's even more on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly,
at least you
yeah.
had that one little thing to deter you,
That was
to let
the
your mind
one
wander
thing.
for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one thing. I get 17 weeks to not work on
Yep.
music during the perfect time when
Exactly,
it's
because
like
the Cowboys are never in the in the playoffs. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, 17 weeks. 18
Yeah.
because the bye week.
The bye
No,
week.
so okay, but that week goes okay. Got you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cowboys
because I work on music on the bye week. Yeah, when they added that 17th game, I'm like, well, like,
Yeah,
it's
one
almost
less-
like they made the playoffs.
Yeah,
you know what I
dude,
mean?
yeah.
Like at this point,
Yeah.
goddamn,
Baseball's back though, baby.
I don't know. What.
God, it's never not though.
What do you fucking?
I get to go to my
mean?
Bruins game next month.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's
Fuck
exciting.
yeah. That'll be dope.
Who are they playing? Flyers.
Buffalo.
Yeah, they're
The
in-
Flyers.
Sabres.
Ah, that's what I said.
whatever.
That's what.
They wear them helmets with the skates on
Yeah,
it.
they got the colors,
okay.
sticks.
They're colored.
What?
I thought they're all white.
No, dude. There's
White-
like two. There's
white
like
and
three.
blue. And
What's-
gold?
What's the ratio though? Do you think of between like NFL and NBA players?
The same as hockey.
Stop. There's no way.
No, but it's close.
What would you say? I've never even watched a game of hockey in my life. I would be willing to bet the white players outnumber the black at least probably
Yeah,
4 to
but-
1.
Yeah,
4 to
they're all
1 at
Russian.
least.
I was gonna say yeah, but
Yeah.
they're
Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah, Canadian, Russian.
Right.
Yeah. What?
It's
What's
funny though.
Czechoslovakian.
It's funny though
yeah.
because
What's the American percentage? I wonder.
There's a lot of
Like
American
35%.
kids. There's a
probably?
lot of American
well,
kids.
it's funny though because then you think of sport like soccer and it's like obviously mostly like European fellas. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of that. But you take sports like basketball where it's like black people have such an advantage. That sport is
I got
going
no
to
problem with that. They're better.
There's going to be
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
There should be a women's there should be the WNBA that's the white National Basketball Association. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Not the
28%.
women's.
28% NHL is
Is
American.
Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right though.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's something about that sport that is just so dominant by those genes. You know.
Yeah,
but then
absolutely.
there's other sports where it's like. Is there a black cricket player? I don't know if black people can play cricket.
Dude, cricket's actually huge. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
I
in
I
Eastern
couldn't tell you
European.
one thing about it. Couldn't tell you one thing
Yeah.
about cricket.
Yeah, I don't know any of the rules.
You know what's funny?
You got to bounce first or
I-
some
The guy
shit.
bounce first has got to hit the pole.
Is there wickets in cricket?
Yes.
I catch myself watching like 3 minutes
that-
of cricket, like
and
when
they
it
don't call
pops
it
up, and I'm
pitching.
just like,
Dude,
I got nothing, man.
and
Like
the-
I have no
and they
perception.
have to do it like.
Yeah. Well, and the guy who does it called a bowler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called bowling.
And they've got like those like they almost look like pizza paddles that they use.
Yeah, what's it called?
The racket.
No,
Is it a
They're
racket?
I think they're bats.
It might be a cricket bat.
I don't know. Cricket's massive, I guess. I don't know anything
I'm
about
not.
it.
I'm not denying that cricket's
Like,
massive.
what's like the- like
I'm
the-
just saying I don't think black people have a huge genetic
Yeah, just call it a
advantage in
bat.
cricket to
if
white
they-
people.
I just think they
Like
weren't around
like
it. If they
do
wanted to,
in dude,
if
all
African Americans
sports.
wanted to, yeah, they could.
all sports, except maybe swimming, because I don't think they're down to shave their legs, which is
They don't have to.
respectable.
Is that okay? I thought you were going to say something way more racist than that about the swimming thing.
I like that you know me. Oh. I see where you were going with.
Yeah, it took you a little bit.
Fuck! Why didn't I connect those dots?
Yeah, that's not like you.
I know. Fuck! I'm not on my A game tonight, boys.
That's okay.
It's cool. Anyways, probably best I didn't say that. That was always weird to me though, how like swimmers had to like shave their legs to be more aerodynamic.
Milliseconds, bro.
In milliseconds.
Milliseconds.
You ever know that, Lav? Did you know that?
Yeah, but I just,
Head to toe, nair.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, dude. What's homegirl's name? That the crazy swimmer. What the fuck is her name? She in like the whatever event she was in. She holds like the top
Oh,
84 times.
The guy though.
Ledecky or something like that. No, this girl like something Ledecky.
It wasn't
Look
the
her name
trans
up.
one.
No.
Oh.
No, but this girl was like insane. Like the top 80 times in this certain event all belong to her. I'm talking like lapping these people.
Katie Ledecky.
Ledecky, yeah. Bad bitch, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
USA, baby.
And like the I don't know, 500 meter or the
in the
1,000.
800 free.
Yeah.
What's her
It's a-
name?
Katie
Katie
Ledecky.
Ledecky.
What?
Yeah.
Thought so.
But she's like a fucking
Racehorse.
eel, bro. Like I'm just quick as fuck in the water, bro.
Crazy.
Look up her records.
Dude,
I'm
it's
looking it up.
it's weird how like it's insanely weird how different humans are just naturally good at insanely different things. Like that girl
This girl's
just,
part fish.
just yeah,
dude.
just insane like a fucking mermaid. Just like what about
Yeah.
her body makes it that she is so much better at swimming than anybody else? We don't know. But she's
7
fucking really good at it.
7 Olympic golds and 19 world championship
Yeah,
gold
dude, she's
medals.
Some
insane.
fucking Phelps numbers.
19 world championships.
I'm serious. So if
swimming.
you look up like in the 800 meter free, like the of all time, there'll be like Ledecky, like I'm talking like 40 different times that are all her, and then like one random person, and then
And
she's
then
got
the
like
rest
40 underneath that too. It's wild.
She set a new world record by 10 seconds.
Yeah, dude. Like usually it's like tenths of a second. That like no.
Evan goes milliseconds.
No,
That's
10
a million of them.
That's 10. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
10 whole seconds.
And
Yeah.
the one that she
shattered a
beat
world
was
record.
like her.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
when she was
right?
14.
yeah. Yeah. No.
Oh,
That,
Jesus.
that's crazy. I
No,
don't know how we
that's
got on
crazy.
that.
That's
Oh,
crazy. It's like that what's that gymnastic chick, the Simone or whatever.
Simone Biles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's insane.
Yeah, it's like what about her is in like
She's 4'8" and can jump 900 feet in the air.
And she has
And she can spin 10,000 times. and-
0.008% body
and
fat.
land. She can spin 10,000 times and land right on her feet.
well, not only that, I'm not even denying the fact that she put in insane amount of work into being
yeah.
able to do that. Like
Oh, yeah.
obviously, I say naturally talented, and that takes away from fucking everything
Gosh,
you
she got
do
great
onto it.
legs.
But they're okay.
I love Simone Biles.
Me too.
I think she's a quitter. I don't like quitters.
Dude, I put a big old thing on Facebook about that.
I have more respect for Brittany
did put
Griner,
a big thing
and
on
you guys
Facebook.
know exactly how I feel about
and,
her.
exactly what I said. People are going to take it the wrong way, and they did. Like,
What? What'd you say?
so, like, I said, dude, Simone Biles is a hero, obviously. I'm just saying, like,
I mean-
this one of those things. I'm not even saying like that the whole quitting thing doesn't make her any less of a hero. I'm just saying, like, don't make her heroic for that thing. To use all the other things that she's super good at, like, you know, being like a powerful woman, you know, and an Olympic weapon. Like,
Do you feel like you're using the term hero a little loosely though?
no, not at all. She's a hero for young girls all over the place. I'll never take that away from her. I'm just saying, like, I don't think this
She's
is
a
one of those things that we
beast.
should.
She's
I'm
a
just saying that I
beast.
don't think that
She's
was like one of the
talented. She's
heroic
athletic.
qualities we should be praising her for. Like, I think all the other things are dope. Like, why are we just?
I just feel like
It's
that's
like
one of those
she.
things.
I just think it's like, okay, like I don't think like, okay, so she withdrew from a tournament, like big, cool. It'd be like if she bent down to tie her shoes. Oh my God, she's a hero because she tied her shoes. No, like that's not a heroic quality. Like she's just tying her fucking shoes.
She was
You know
standing
what I'm
up
saying?
for what she believed in.
That's terrific. But like it wasn't like a heroic thing that she did by quitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying anything, I'm not saying that she
is
should
that-
be like
is that
talked
what-
down to
That's
about
what you
it.
were saying. You were saying like she's a hero, but not for this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. And people are like, I cannot believe you said that. I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah, you'll have
You know what
that
I
on
mean?
those big jobs.
I was gonna say I think the
And I'm not saying that she's an unhero for it. I'm just saying like it's just a regular thing she did. Like if I saw her pick out a box of rice in Walmart and put it in her cart, I'm not gonna say oh my god, she's a massive hero because of that. No, like that's just a regular thing that she did. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just a regular guy.
Yeah, I don't think she's a hero at all, if I'm being honest. I feel like
Yeah.
it takes away from the people. Well, hear me out. Because I feel like people will say, like, oh, like, Caitlyn Jenner's a hero. It's like, she cut her dick off. like that's like there used to be
Yeah, but that's
there
different.
used to be I know but it's not, because I feel like people will throw around that word and it takes away from the people who really do like oh my
Yeah, but
god,
that
this,
takes
it's like
courage.
this guy
There's
fucking
nothing courageous about
this-
saying, hey, I'm not gonna do this event. There's nothing courageous about that.
Yeah, imagine somebody
No, but
says
I
cut
don't
your
think there's
dick off.
anything courageous. Like she's a hero because she's an Olympic athlete. What about all the other ones? They're not all heroes.
Why not? Why can't they all?
Of course
be
they
heroes?
are.
Well, but yeah, but what about the?
They're like
You know what I'm
astronauts.
saying?
They're
Like
People look up. People
astronauts.
look up.
They're the
See,
elite.
that was my point. People, you can look up
Yes.
to because
Yes.
look up to an
And I
Olympic
feel like
athlete.
it's one
I
thing
don't
to,
want you to
like-
be looking up to this person because they quit.
Right. I
Is
guess
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
But I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you say like hero, like when you were a kid and you pictured a hero, you were like, oh my god, this guy just rushed into a burning building to save somebody he wasn't even related to. That guy is a hero. And now you're just like, dude, this black girl that can backflip quit.
You ain't a hero
What a
unless you can fly.
bad
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's what-
like
that's
like
what I'm
the
saying.
threshold on what like we constitute a hero anymore is just it's kind of
That's what I'm
takes
saying.
away
but,
from
but,
you know
but
what I mean.
But I do think that these Olympic athletes that work really hard and bust their ass
course
are
they
a
are.
role model. I think that's
course
heroic
they are.
behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what you just said, yeah, just because they quit. No, I'm not be like, oh my god, you're a
Yeah.
hero because you quit. No, like what do you mean? Absolutely not.
Yeah. If anything, Caitlyn Jenner's a hero because she killed someone and got away with it. That's why she's my hero.
Dude, you seen the episode of South Park?
No, I don't watch South Park. I
Oh, dude.
I watch bits and pieces, but like I
There's a whole, not an episode, an entire season dedicated to Stan like being ridiculed because he doesn't think Caitlyn Jenner's a hero. There's a whole season about it.
Oh yeah.
I love
It's
it.
so funny.
I love it. That's fucking awesome.
They're like, what are you in here for? He's like, I said Caitlyn Jenner wasn't a hero. And the principal goes, what? What did you say?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They beat
He's like,
that
I'm just
woman
saying, I don't
into
think
the
Caitlyn
ground.
Jenner's a spokesman for. He goes, did you just say spokesman instead of spokesperson?
Oh my
Like it's
Oh,
great.
PC
dude.
principal?
Yeah, PC
Yeah.
principal. It's
Yeah.
great.
I love PC
yeah.
principal.
It's,
Hey, you guys want to wrap this up, man? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
We're
On
cooking
that
at about an hour and a
note.
half. Unless you got something else to add, bro.
No, not at all.
Before,
We'll,
I don't want to.
yeah.
Get
Let's
in any
not have
murky
me
waters.
add anything else while
Yeah,
we're on
dude.
the trans subject.
Guys, it'd be really cool though if we could tell people to comment and like and share
Yeah.
our shit.
Hit the
The
subscribe,
subscribe.
button.
We're this close to 100. We're like 99 or
Really?
some shit. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube account. I didn't know that.
I
So
didn't
we're
know that
like,
either.
so when you have to actually like sign into YouTube
Yeah.
to like and share and comment, you don't have to have a YouTube account. If you have a Gmail and you log in with your Gmail,
Get
it's
the
all
fuck
connected.
out.
It's
No
all
shit.
connected. Yeah.
Perfect.
So I mean, I have 4 Gmails. I'll get us over 100.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I'll get us there. the
Yeah,
cheap
we're
way.
nipping at 100 subscribers.
Well,
man.
and
That's
the
what
thing-
I'm saying. We're
so the thing
dumb
about
close.
100, I don't know if you guys know this, but after 100 subscribers, you can create your own URL. So right
Yeah.
now we're just like
Oh,
youtube.com/ like 3845, you know.
100 subscribers?
Now we
No
can
shit.
be / you know what I'm saying.
Slash, you know what I'm
But
saying?
Yo,
we have
and
to
we
hit
need, like-
100
yeah,
first,
we
so
need,
we
like,
need your
80
help.
more.
I want 1,000 views bad on one
Yeah.
video, bro. We're like let's see if
Well,
we
it
can
ain't gonna
do
be
that.
this one.
No, but once we get all the new aesthetic, the new chairs,
Yeah.
and the little logo on the bottom right, we get look
And
at
now
all the
that
shit.
and
Maybe get our
Jakey's gonna
some
do
name
camera
tags,
angles, all laminated, look legit, man.
some
We're
gold
legit.
bracelets.
Yeah, silk vests,
It's gonna look like a bunch of Cubans.
Yeah, dude.
silk vests.
Yeah.
I'm,
You know what
I'm
I'm
with
saying,
it.
though.
I'm
You
with it.
wouldn't wear a silk vest.
I'd wear a silk vest.
You would?
I would wear nothing underneath that silk
I'm
vest.
gonna. Say
I was
this.
gonna do that because I have the nice hairy.
You do have the nice
I
hair.
would just look
chest.
so good with a silk vest.
Honestly,
I-
like don't feel bad about this.
I do.
You would look really good in a silk vest. Yeah.
Why would I feel
I
bad
think
about
he
that?
would
I'd
because
tear
I
it
think
off.
he'd look better than us in a silk. I think
Oh,
we'd
he'd
all
look
look in
for-
a silk vest, but Evan would look really good.
I don't
in
think
a
I've
silk
seen you.
vest.
How's the hair on your chest ordeal?
I shave every 3 days.
and some
You
rattlesnake.
shave.
Shave my chest every 3 days. I never wore a shirt on stage, bro. Like I get weird with like he's full. He's like Teen Wolf when it comes. I have weird chest hair. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want that.
Wait, so
like stringy,
you
ugly, weird chest hair. So I shave that shit. His is good. Show him real quick.
Oh, I've seen it. I mean,
seen it?
I mean, show me. Go for it. But-
Yeah, dude. Let me see it. He only shaves his nipples.
No, I do not know.
Yes,
I
you
do
did.
the
You
whole-
told-
No, I
Dude,
just spent.
that's so funny. I
this
only
time-
grow
no,
hair on my nipples.
Because this time I spent. I did not say I
difference. It's
only
so
shaved.
funny.
I shaved the whole.
That's
I
not
thinned
true.
it out, but
The
I
other day-
spent a little too much time on that nipple.
No, he doesn't. Because he was telling me, he was like, I was in the shower shaving my chest the other day. I'm like, dude, like, let me see that shit. And he did. And
Yeah,
I
I
go,
had a bare
it
spot
looked like
nipple.
you grew your chest harder instead of shaved.
No, it.
Like,
Dude, I took
it
a
doesn't
lot
look like you
off.
did anything,
I took
bro.
a lot
He
off.
goes, "Is that a lightning bolt? What the fuck are
Yeah,
you
dude.
doing in this
Dude,
show?"
if I could draw,
Right.
I'd be doing some shit. Maybe I get Brody.
No,
over-
I'm
He's
curious.
got the "you know what I'm saying" logo
Yo,
right on his lap.
Maybe I,
Yeah, dude.
Maybe I get
Whoa.
Brody over here with a pair of clippers,
There you go.
I got
and
clips.
he can fucking. But you're not an artist.
Not an artist.
He's right. God, he's right.
God, he is right.
All right.
Anyways,
All right. Checkmate.
tune in next week to see Evan's chest hair tattoo of whatever.
If
it
we
may
get
be.
1,000 on this,
If we get 1,000,
Evan will let us shave
Anything.
that into his
or
chest.
or
I'll just let you
or
shave
he'll
whatever you
let
want,
or
man.
he'll let the comments.
What if we get
pick.
1,000?
If we get 1,000, I'll let you shave whatever you want on there.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be that.
If we hit 2,000, it
Okay.
doesn't have to be his chest.
Listen, and if you're our 100th subscriber, it can't be you.
I was like,
I was
"What's he
like,
gonna
and I'll
offer?"
shave
I
your-
will
I'll
pull out
shave
my
your
phone.
name
so-
in this bitch. Yeah.
I mean, we might even I think we might have 100 now because I was at like 97 like yesterday.
Well,
So probably not.
but it's got to get 1,000 views. And then the
Jesus.
100th subscriber gets one lucky spot over my right nipple.
Evan's a very hairy guy. We could carve anything into that chest, dude. Super hairy. Except
Yeah.
for his face. I don't
Probably-
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, you know what's crazy? One weird thing before whatever. You know this weird tick Evan's got? So when he's shaving I can tell. I swear, like when he's shaving, like before he goes to work and like with whatever, and he's got like the razor and like he taps it out. 7 taps every single time.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, I do.
Yes, I swear to God, bro. Because I'm in the next room and I'm hearing you go da 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 da. 7
Weird.
times every time. He doesn't even know he does it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That's
7.
funny.
Tap tap tap. Yeah.
When I'm not a very hairy person at all. I don't have anything on my chest. My arms from here, from my elbow down, super hairy. From my kneecap down, super hairy. My thighs are bare.
Bald.
And
Oh.
when Amanda and I were like first like fooling around, she thought I was shaved.
Fooling around.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, dude, I know.
Oh,
getting
yeah.
this like
Yeah,
she
yeah.
thought I shaved just my thighs, and she was like, "Why do you do that?" I was like, "I don't." She's
You
like,
should've
"No,
been
I'd be like,
why is that weird?
I'd be like, "Why don't you? You need to clean it up."
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
But
Do you shave your arm tattoo, like your tattoo arm?
No.
I have to. I'm telling you. Let me see. Yeah, dude, start shaving that shit.
Stop.
I
No,
swear to
no,
God,
no,
dude.
Pop right out.
no.
I haven't in a couple weeks, but yeah, dude, I usually shave.
I had like
this
no
whole
hair
arm.
on my arms.
Jordan Reardon takes a one guard to his entire body, everything,
What?
everything, thighs, ankles.
Why?
He's
Doesn't like
he's
body
a, he's
hair.
a weird dude, man. He's just like he thinks it looks. He looks very good.
He
Like,
looks
when
good.
when he wears shorts. Like I'm like, damn, like I can see your kneecaps. Those are nice and shit. One guard, entire body, everything.
Wow. No, I'd get so itchy. I've been scratching my fucking tits off all week. I'm
That's
raw.
what I mean, because you only took care of the
No,
the
it's right in
areolas.
the middle. I take care of the whole thing. You weren't there.
You showed me.
Yeah, but
And it
I
doesn't look
told
like you did
I
anything.
Fucked up, dude. It was that thick. You should. I almost clogged your drain up in that shower.
I'm sure it was just the hair.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, all
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and we're
yeah.
gonna get better about commenting back on that too. 'Cause
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
do
do our
that
best.
after we end it this one.
Big things coming for the pod.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.
Peace.
We got a couch.
Cool thing. It pulls out. I know.
It's out there fucking. What's wrong with you?
You know what I'm saying?